What is going on, everybody? Jimbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned, our Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign. I'm, of course, your GM, your DM for the night, Jimbo Thick, and we are joined by the full cast and crew of the expedition as we sally forward into the great unknown. Let's see here. Let's do some brief introductions before we close into the pivotal moment that is about to send ripples through our campaign henceforth. Let's start off with the man of the hour, Pierce Galactic.
Hey everybody, it's me, Pierce Galactic. Once again playing everybody's favorite handgunner captain, a man from Oslan, from his noble roots to a vampire of one type, to a
Mm.
vampire of another type, to betrayer extraordinaire. Um, I've done an action I did not know I would ever do in the game. I do know what's going to happen, and I'm excited to see what the campaign's going to do now. So yes, thank you. Let's see what Wolfram's going to do today.
All right. Let's slide on down to Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He's a pyromancer lord from the Reichland, um, of noble stock.
Noble.
The second son of his family.
Mm.
Not the heir. Went to the College of Magic. I was sent on this mission, to help, receive an artifact.
Yeah, yeah.
He was just an apprentice at the time, but he's grown, extraordinarily,
Mm.
during his journey along with his party, and excited to see where this episode takes us.
Indeed, indeed. Let's slide on over to Dan Decker.
Ahoy, hoy, everyone. Dan Decker here, playing the lovable ogre, Nogthroat Whipper, along with his companion Rory. When we joined the campaign, I don't reckon we'd ever been on a boat before. Probably just brought along to be muscle more than anything. And, I'm always hungry, especially for traitor betrayals.
Oh, I see. That could be a thing.
Could be a thing. You never know. But
All right.
Rory, he's right good lad. He is.
Right, good lad, indeed. Let's slide on over to Nate.
Hey everyone, Nate here, playing Lucien Levesque, human duelist, wielding rapier and sword breaker, and eager for things to be resolved.
Indeed, indeed. And last but not least, Dewey 209.
Hello, I play Henry Bertolt, a company commander from Midland. And I'm curious. I feel like tonight's going to be a turning point of the campaign, for good or bad.
Indeed,
I
indeed.
don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well, let's kick into it then. Last we left off, the crew of the expedition had found themselves taking shelter in the ruins of what appeared to be a long forgotten fortress, or perhaps temple or something of that sort. It's hard to tell exactly what it was. A structure, a formidable structure, mostly buried in the sand, and providing shelter from what appeared to be a massive sandstorm that had rolled in. While taking shelter, they were, specifically Luther, came under attack from a Black Talon mercenary band, something that Wolfram had unearthed previously, who decided to triple cross in the effort of Magister Weiss, who hired them to take out Luther and hopefully, save the world, because he was a bad guy. Turns out, not so much. As it became readily apparent after he got his head blown off by Wolfram, triple cross once again, that Magister Aldebrand, the other unassuming pyromancer from the colleges of magics, one of Luther's, seniors and role models, turned out that he was in fact either afflicted or was not who he said he was, as it appeared that he took on the visage of a gargantuan greater demon, a lord of change, known as Khosrul the Dead Weaver, who, after he was speared and his mortal form was all but apparently sloughed away, proceeded to attack all of you as he was desperate to get a hold of something. Ultimately, this did not go his way, as Luther and the rest of you were the bane of the Dead Weaver's existence, thwarting his every move, ultimately ending up with a nut shot from the mighty Nog, blind into the sky, crippling the Lord of Change, bringing him to the ground inside a firestorm, where then the Nog's man-eaters harpooned the demon and brought him low as everyone proceeded to beat on him, with Henry doing significant damage, ultimately killing the Dead Weaver, at least as much as you can kill a demon in this world. But as that happened, some things were said during the fight between Wolfram and Luther, who were taking shelter near each other during the magical barrages of the Dead Weaver. And for some reason, Wolfram was suspected of foulness of some kind. Not exactly sure what it was.
False accusations.
Accusations. You know, they've been building for some while.
I'm a reform. Ask the priest.
As these accusations and everything were being thrown back and forth, Luther demanded to see Wolfram's hand, while a figure escaped the wreckage of the tattered remains of the battle and slipped out into the darkness, a red-robed figure with red hair. Not exactly sure who it is, or we might suspect who it might be. And we ultimately ended up where Wolfram was kind of slowly backing away from everyone else and grabbed the talisman that he was given by none other than his new patron and savior. And as he crushed it, a extreme sense of dread wafted throughout your surroundings, and that's what we're picking up. As this happens, Luther feels it immediately. You feel like this bone chill. Everyone else you immediately feel it as everything dims, so much so that all of the flames in the nearby area snuff out, leaving everything in complete darkness, with the exception of the magical flame that Luther carries in his staff, the brazier on his staff. Every other flame is instantly snuffed out. The only warmth coming from Luther himself. As that happens, almost in the shadow, Wolfram's shadow, a skeletal portal begins to rise. As it forms fully, somewhere around 10, 12 feet tall, a figure steps through. Tall. Taller than the average man, somewhere around probably Nog's height, 9, 10 feet tall. Robed, these kind of blue, blackish robes, clutching a mighty staff in one hand, a book in his other, chained, strange looking, weird things bound to it. The man, if it is a man, is skeletal completely, with an elaborate, almost like beard decoration from the bottom of his chin. A large hat of some kind of ancient make. Different style than what most of you are used to. Wolfram has seen this creature before. As the entity steps forward, it places a hand on Wolfram's shoulder. I see you've run into trouble.
Master, thank the gods you're here. This one here, the wizard, he, he's found me out and tried to prevent me from doing your wishes.
Who all
Listen.
can see this?
All of you can see this.
Who all's here?
Everyone is here.
Everyone? Okay. Well, what about the expedition?
No going back.
The
Like-
expedition, you have Nog
besides-
and his man-eaters, Henry and his knights, Lucien, Wolfram, Luther.
Okay.
Nazaro was present as well. Nazaro was slack-jawed.
Okay.
I will say all of those, with the exception of you five, are overcome with a intense sense of dread, and they are frozen still.
And he called him master? Is that what he said?
You did. You've referred to him as master.
I honestly don't know if I knew him as my master. It was like the last session, I just got caught up in the heat of the moment, and it seemed like the right path to go down. So,
Do any of us know anything about this unique-looking individual?
No. None of you have ever seen this person, creature, with the exception of Wolfram. Wolfram knows his identity very well.
Okay.
The book slightly floats to the side of the sorcerer, Luther. You see this, his teeth are blackened despite his skeletal visage. There's this glowing greenish blue balefire in each of his sockets. Obviously undead of some kind.
Yeah.
You sense power emanating from him.
Any other undead we've seen, though?
Definitely not. No, this is something unique. I believe it was about time we would meet.
Is he talking to all of us?
Yes. Which of you would speak for this expedition?
Very important question.
Yes, Luther.
Very important question.
Mm-hmm.
Last session,
Mm-hmm.
role play. I had a firm grasp on one Wolfram.
I rolled a 1 out of 100. I believe that somehow broke your grasp with my charm roll. I don't know how.
No.
I'm
You
just saying
pointed in a
that was-
direction. You said, "I want to try to convince him." It wasn't like let go of me. It was like,
It's
look
true.
over there.
You're
It is
correct.
true. It is
Oh,
true.
man.
That
So
happened.
I have a very important question.
Yes.
Am I still holding on to Wolfram Kistler's arm?
You would be still holding onto his arm. So you're within 2 or 3 feet of this entity as it looks down at you.
I am going to look up at him. Now, I'm Luther Steinhauer, and I speak for this expedition.
Very well. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. You see,
Well-
we seek the same thing.
Do we now?
We do. I wish to aid you, as it would be best for my future endeavors.
And you would offer this help without condition?
I have been giving you aid this entire time.
You have. May I ask how?
Didn't you think it was strange that you come across so few complications on your journey from the city to now.
What's he talking about?
I was about to say, well, we may have a slight difference in definition of difficulties. Are you claiming you've aided us already?
I have, and will continue to do so. The question is, would you prefer we come together?
Anyone else in the party do anything while I'm talking?
Trying to pull my hand out of your grasp.
I'm holding on.
Like quietly,
tight,
yeah.
Unless,
Like,
I'm standing ready with weapons drawn. I'm like,
my lord, I feel you should join us. My efforts to convince them that our aid is necessary, they have misinterpreted, and I fear for my own safety if you were not here.
Whom do I speak to?
You speak with the Supreme King, Arkan the Black.
Any knowledge of this? Does this reveal mean anything to me?
Unless you've done research into, well, possibly.
Well, I did mention in an earlier session that with one of my skills, I was able to learn a new language.
It's true.
I chose Nekaharan.
It's true. It's true. And he has been a very pivotal entity in Araby and this section of the world and beyond. You would recognize the name as a long-dead sorcerer king that was supposedly the right-hand man to Nagash, the Lord of the Undead, a thing of myth and legend that apparently Sigmar was said to have fought back in his day.
I will say his name in his native tongue, Nekaharan. Pleasure to meet you. Am I to understand that, and still speaking in Nekaharan, am I to understand that my compatriot Wolfram here has been in your service for a time?
That would be correct. He
Perhaps.
is useful to me.
Yes, I'm sure he has been. Perhaps, would you mind telling me for how long has he been in your service?
These are trifle conversations that would be better had on the move. The eyes of change get ever closer. You have dallied enough. You have veered from your course.
You must understand. That we have fortunately been harried by chaos regularly and their forces. And I will say there has been an air of suspicion on our expedition since we've landed in this land, especially when it comes to our friend here. It is hard to make a pact with someone they have been spying on for a time. You do not start the relationship off on a good footing.
This is of little importance, Magister Luther. I'm offering you a bargain. You, along with my trusted generals, may come together and march on the eyes of change together. Or I will pull away. You may go your own, but I will be taking my man with me regardless.
I see. Well,
Here's your chance, what's that?
it's unfortunate.
Never step to that power you crave so much.
Wolfram, it is unfortunate that we have met under such circumstances. I have a feeling, though, that we may be better off by ourselves. And if you would like to take Wolfram with you, please do. And I'm going to cast Boiling Blood through my hands.
I'd like to use Fast Shot and unload my remaining round into Luther's face.
I would like to use a Fate Point and dodge it. And still would like to cast Boiling Blood on
That's
Wolfram.
fine. You can cast Boiling Blood on Wolfram.
It's gonna be a tough day at work tomorrow. Talking about this.
Oh no.
Alright.
72.
Okay.
Does pass. Not any extra bonuses, but it does pass.
Is there any way for me to dodge it or avoid any damage?
You'll have to do a test here in a second, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I cause the target's blood to boil.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he fails a difficult endurance test, which is a -10, the target receives immediately 2 blinding conditions from the pain. At the start of its round, suffers 10 plus success levels in damage, ignoring armor.
It will be death. Yeah, it will be death. So yeah. Okay. Do you still have to cast it, or have you already cast it?
I've already cast it.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Endurance test. And -10.
-10.
All right. Well, I passed it, but wait. Let me see. 56 -10, 46. I have 1 level of success.
1 level of success?
Yeah.
Oh, he passes it, I guess. I guess it doesn't go off. It just says the target's blood to boil. If it fails a difficult endurance test, the target immediately receives 2 blinding conditions. Yeah, he passes. There's nothing I can do.
Save or die.
I'm sorry, Luther. As you attempt to cast magic into Wolfram,
Well, he pulled a gun on me and shot it.
Right.
I just dodged it.
he pulls a gun. Luther.
I guess this would be the time I try and
Then
slow you
I'm
down.
gonna use my fast weapon to take a stab at Wolfram.
What you dead, Wolfram?
You're gonna run up and try to stab Wolfram, Lucien.
I've been standing there the whole time.
Yeah, he's here. I mean,
At this
or he's
point,
on the arm's length.
we are going to go ahead and enter into a loose initiative.
All right.
I'm going to say that Wolfram and Luther are already out.
Okay.
Roll for Arcan. Roll a D10, Henry. What are you doing?
Sorry, I saw initiative. I clicked.
Damn it. It's
13.
Okay, 13 for Henry. What'd you get, Lucien?
7.
7. And then Nog, what'd you get?
Nog is last. It's gonna be.
Well,
a
yeah,
5.
technically I go last because I have my hammer.
Okay, well,
So
that
ignore
means,
my 13.
Do you
means all
want
of
Luther
you-
and Wolfram to roll for that, or
No,
just gonna have
you don't have to roll for
At
that
least-
because this is going to be ended real quick as Arcan gets to go before the other 3 party members at this point. He, with one hand, his staff strikes into Luther's chest.
Hmm.
I need you to try to dodge, Luther.
All right. All right. Oh, I might have to re-roll. Re-roll here.
That's a success for Wolfram.
Well, nice for Wolfram. 38 is a success. It is 3 levels of success.
Real success. You are struck center mass in the chest. You receive
I don't like this. So much thinking. Oh, should have been a quick
it's
math
12. It's 12 wounds,
here. Okay.
but you need to make a endurance test.
Oof. I'm great at those. Let me see what endurance is. Okay, I see. There you
Okay, let's see what you got.
go. Well, that's a fail.
It's a fail.
It's 2 levels of failure.
You are blown away from Wolfram, off your feet, and there you have a necrotic wound.
Ew. Sorry, bro.
You cannot regain wounds until the condition is removed.
Okay. I'm still up if it was only 12 damage.
Yes. And you,
Okay.
you clutched at your chest as you lay there.
Mhm.
He grabs, at this moment, he grabs you by the shoulder, Wolfram, and then backs away into the skeletal portal that quickly
Hey, like you
closes
told me,
behind him. And Wolfram is gone.
And there's nothing that my fast weapon would have to say about that.
Sure.
I mean, technically,
Lucien,
I
why
don't want
not?
to die, but technically, yeah.
Why
I mean,
not,
I think
Lucien?
yeah. So,
I'm gonna take a stab at Wolfram.
Wolfram did.
It's right now!
It's a straight success.
okay.
Make a dodge, Wolfram.
Yeah, let me see. I'm going to actually not use a point, but see if I can make it. I got to reroll if necessary. 6 levels of success.
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay.
He's a lithe individual, Lucien.
Well, I
As
don't
you
know
try
if
to
I'm
stab
alive.
him
I
as
mean-
he's being pulled into the shadow. What is Wolfram doing as he's disappearing?
I tried to bring you back from the brink, Luther. I tried. I saved you. On the other way.
Luther's gonna hold his chest and he's gonna say, "We'll burn you to ash, Wolfram Kistler."
I'll click my pistol out and that dry fire as I'm pulled into the portal.
And Wolfram
You better hope
disappears.
Onar doesn't get a hold of you, Wolfram.
The portal collapses into grave dust. The unnatural terror that was emanating ceases. Wolfram is gone.
Damn it.
I tell you what, Rory, I ain't never been more hungry in my whole life.
That's no way. I was terrifying, sir. He was worse than a demon, sir.
Well, he was a demon, all right, but that Wolfram, betrayer, traitor, snack.
Don't think he'd make much of a good one, Master Nog. He's not exactly got the most meat on his bones, but he'd be an awful right toothpick for you, sir.
That's right, Rory, right on.
Nazaro, wide-eyed, looks at everything that's transpired. He just looks pale. What is Oh. The storm is dying down.
Is anyone else here some sort of secret agent or in any other way a servant of some dark figure we know not of?
The
No?
Someone raises,
Good.
Someone raises their hand. I am.
the
Shoot that guy.
The priest raises his hand.
I will say, moving into the open air, not air, but whatever, down the hall, moving with a good contingent of your own troops, is the priest. As he begins to approach, his eyes kind of narrow, You speak of treachery. The only treacherous here are sorcerers. He points his hammer towards Luther. He is the root of all of this.
Are you serious? Did you not see this Dark Lord appear out of a portal?
This is all a sham. I know the truth. He is in league with them. He has been leading us astray. You heard it yourself. We've been going the wrong way.
Eat this man, Nog.
Can I get an amen?
He literally refused an offer to cooperate.
This is heresy. All of you. Heretics!
Priest, calm yourself. Wolfram has deceived all of us.
I'm gonna need a check, Luther.
Oh, boy. I'm not the best at talking to
I'm
people.
gonna need a good one.
Oh, boy.
Nog will stand behind Mr. Luther very intimidatingly and to encourage the priest to listen intently.
Oh, that's
Oh, shit. Oh,
good
shit.
trail.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Wow.
Sigmar blesses me.
Do I want to re-roll just to make sure it's not a quick fail?
I think
It's
the
a
99 is
99.
good.
Well, I'm gonna re-roll just so it's not a quick fail, at least. Hopefully. Much better. My last re-roll for the night. Let me see. Sorry, I'm gonna look at my stats. Is this a
This would be charm.
charm? Does he find me attractive? I have to know, bro.
Does
I mean,
the
for the-
devout-
Luther is exceedingly
Does
For the
attractive.
the devout priest of Sigmar find you attractive as
might.
another man?
Hey,
Bro,
you know,
everyone
This
has a type.
very
Yeah,
non-PC world that we
Hey,
live in right
you know-
now.
you know,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know.
hey, you
No,
know,
Wolfram
I'm
did
attractive,
really
man.
lay
You
down
know,
an unflattering
I will say,
picture.
Wolfram
So,
did.
it's gonna be
talk
a
you
lot
up
to come to-
really badly.
Uh-huh.
Really,
He, I will
really show
point
the
this
truth.
out. He did not like these people are joining now. They didn't see the interaction a moment ago. They didn't.
Well,
see
did they
any of
see
that.
the giant bird-like creature with the storm?
They did.
and
They did
fire?
see that, and he's assuming that it has something to do with you. Which, in a way,
Listen, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Red robes, red hair. Who can tell apart, man? I mean, you guys are all vile sorcerers.
So he. This is.
My charm roll it was just so you know, if he doesn't find me attractive, it's a 4 success levels instead
Four
of
success
5.
levels? Okay,
Yeah.
4 success levels. Pretty good. Pretty good.
If he finds me attractive, it's 5.
I'm going to say
Just throw it
he does
out
not
there.
find you attractive.
Okay. All right, I had to check. Bro.
He's lying to himself.
I mean, yeah,
Lying to
who's a
himself.
kid? Let's be honest.
He's in denial.
I'm,
He
I'm
should
gonna need
know.
you to give me a smitten roll. Okay,
There you go.
got a
There you go.
-4.
A
As-
bromance with a plus 20. Yeah.
As the war priest begins to lower his hammer, you hear Nazaro speak up. It is enough! It is enough! We're at each other's throats! We should be coming together at this point. Alright. My good friend, as he kind of calls out towards the priest. This is... I can assure you. Magister Luther has nothing to do with this. Yes, there has been treachery in our midst, and unfortunately, it is true that the majority of the traitors have been the Magisters in some way, shape, or form. All of them, in fact, besides Luther, he is the best of us. I promise you this. He is like a brother to me.
It's biding its time.
Dude, I mean, I didn't realize we were that close. Emotional.
You know,
He finds you attractive, bro.
Yeah, he does.
well, he does. Let's be honest.
Yes.
I
Most people
assure
do.
you that this is not We do not need a witch hunt right now, sir. The man begins to take a step back. Very well, Nazaro. If you vouch for this man, I will stay my hammer for now. But know that I will be watching. And Sigmar's wrath will find its vengeance.
Oh, my.
You watch like a crackle of lightning around his shoulders as he
Oof.
turns around and begins to walk away.
I want to kill a priest. Well, I don't really feel bad. Well,
Jacques says something to you, Henry. This may not be the best time, but are we staying here, or should we be perhaps packing up and ready to venture forward, sir?
So we'll be venturing forth. What time of day is it?
I mean, it was this would be like right after everybody had kind of bedded down. You guys haven't really gotten like a good rest in, like maybe like an hour or two, a couple hours maybe.
Then we probably need to spend the night, I guess. Don't want to go out in the middle of the night.
I don't know about you, but I feel uncomfortable in this corrupted building we are standing in.
Of course, I think if it allows, we might have to form a tighter perimeter around our camp. Probably share some rooms, share some tents. But more importantly, Jacques, I think we're going to have to convene a meeting here with the leaders of the expedition to discuss recent events.
Very well. I will take the knights and we will retire to our quarters for now. And we will begin preparations to depart perhaps shortly. Yes?
Yeah, Jacques, tell the men, for now I want 2 out on patrols. Along with whoever other foot soldiery we have doing patrols as well. We need men we can trust more than ever at this moment.
Can I assure you there is no man from Batonia that would ever betray your trust.
Thank you very much, Jacques.
It will be done, sir.
And, I believe I was a little bit of a ways away from the other 3 now.
It's true. It's true.
So I will start moving closer.
Okay. Henry begins to approach. Nog.
Yeah,
All that fighting got me a tad bit hungry.
right.
Mind if we have a little snack up there? You see those? Look at them, they're already charbroiled, sir.
Oh, you don't even have to ask. You know, we like to keep a tidy house
yes.
around here. Hey, listen,
The other
wanna add
man-eaters
anything
start to...
you get Rory to hook you up.
There's like spittle, like a puddle around all these man-eaters, like on the ground around Nog as they begin to lumber forward towards the many corpses ahead.
Thanks to Mr. Luthor for cooking dinner for you boys tonight. You make sure to give him props. Thanks to Lord Luthor, am I right, boys?
Rory says, Now, gentlemen, go into the room there. You can't be upsetting the lesser folks.
Oh, that's right, boys. Be sure to put on a good face for everyone. You don't want to scare the
They begin to gather up.
folk.
Begin to gather up the old burnt corpses, kind of piling them up like food plates. And they walk into one of the blown out rooms nearby, and you hear the sounds of crunching and eating.
Gives a different take on half rack of ribs,
Indeed, it does.
Some baby back ribs, some baby's back ribs.
Gross. So, with that taking place, I think we should see what the expedition is up to.
Can somebody tell me what in Ulrich's name came through that portal and took Wolfram away?
Do I have a base understanding of who he is, or just
You do. It would be. I will
Okay.
say it would be like. I mean, you've heard of him as like a great necromancer, a servant of Nagash, the like god god level character that almost is supposedly responsible for the massed amount of undead in the entire world. A creature of myth and legend. Arcan he's almost one of those mythical figures as well. He phases in and out of history, and he's been lost in the desert for who knows how long. You do know about him, at least the details that have been recorded.
okay? His name is Arkan the Black. As you heard, he is a ruler of this realm of death and sand. He is a servant of Nagash, a ancient being of death, necromancer, sorcerer, warrior, king. He is immensely powerful, and I honestly thought he was mostly legend until he stood up in front of us just moments ago. So apparently Wolfram has come into some sort of pact with this individual. I don't know how. Perhaps on many occasions he seemed to be gone and then shows up out of nowhere.
Yeah, would explain where you get the bags of money all the time. Right, so let's assume that Wolfram has been an agent of this undead being for possibly the start of this whole adventure. I would imagine they know everything that Wolfram knows, which is how much?
You telling me, Mr. Henry, that Wolfram was rotten the whole time?
No, but there's no way of telling how long he's been working for these undead things.
And he may have been rotten even before that.
Exactly.
Well, it's true. Guess not everyone can be upright like you, gentlemen.
If I have a point of note, I can assure you that the man that I knew, that I traveled with, before we landed in this godforsaken country, he was certainly not in league with any foul creatures. It had to have happened when we were here. He was a good soldier, and to be honest with you, he was the best gunner we had.
Wait, now, wait one moment there. The best gunner?
No. Calm yourself. You have many talents, my friend. A lucky shot here and there does not exactly make you a sharpshooter.
Just remember, you are crunchy and you taste all right with ketchup.
You should not talk to me like this, Nog. Do I have to discipline you again?
He kind of turns around and goes back.
Apologies if we've already established this amongst ourselves, but we have the Eyes of Change. We have this Lord Archon figure. Aldebrand, all this time, was some lesser demon. Who knows what else is out there stalking us?
The Skaven.
Have we stopped to ask ourselves, is this all worth it? Just checking.
I mean, Lucian, I feel like at this point we've come so far and endured so much, it would be foolish to just pack up and turn around. But I do understand the sentiment. Apparently, Lord Archon thought that we were blessed, and this was an easy journey. What sort of sick deity would ever think that this has been easy so far? Some debased and debauched monster.
Not going to heard tell of something called a sunk cost fallacy.
Well, I
Master Nog, don't use your big words. You know how it hurts your brain.
And Lazaro, I apologize that we have not informed you earlier. To be frank, we have not known who to trust. Lucian and I have started suspecting some of the key members of our expedition for a while. And,
well, at least I'm out of the running, yes? As he kind of looks around for a moment at all the heavily armed men around.
yes,
Exactly.
I
No,
hope so.
Nazaro.
I think most grace, please.
Very well. Should we break camp and attempt to move somewhere else? Like, are they watching us? What is going on? What exactly? What in the name of all of the heavens even happened? What was that thing?
I will explain, Lazaro. The past week or so, Lucian and I have been discussing. We've also brought in Henry. That there were perhaps traitors in our midst, whether it be Wolfram or Aldebrand. And we had a more growing suspicion of Aldebrand as of late. He had summoned me to his room when I was going to discuss the possibility of his betrayal. And then some individuals, all of a sudden, as we were leaving his room, burst through with a spear and stabbed Aldebrand. I thought he was dead. To my surprise, Magister Weiss was there. And then a gunshot rang out from down the hall, shooting Weiss in the head. I was shocked that I was being assaulted. These men who wore the clothes of the expedition apparently wanted my death and apparently Aldebrand's. But once I was able to fend myself off a little bit, Aldebrand turned into that giant bird creature you saw. It was known as a Lord of Change, a greater demon of...
I don't. Please, no more demon talk. I don't want to hear any more.
Of course. To get to the point, though, Wolfram somehow was able to rally these men after the demon revealed itself. They appeared to know him. I was shook, but I went to Wolfram's side in the effort to try to fend off this demon. And while I was sitting there writhing, flame, burning, Wolfram decided it would be a good opportunity, as he was not being burned, to show me a hideous mutation in his hand. Some sort of mouth.
He was corrupted? By the whims of chaos?
I think he's been corrupted perhaps for a while. I have noticed his hand for a long time. And
I always figured it was just some venereal disease of some kind.
I know, but a venereal disease of the hand
that too.
for so long? He hid it for months and months.
I mean, he's a disgusting individual. I mean, I'd be honest with you, most of the men are. Have you seen them?
I know. His conduct at the brothel has been something of a discussion in the camp, but he decided to mock me as I was there burning, his so-called friend, and showed me his hand for some reason, some crazed, maddening reason, you know.
Oh wow, that's weird.
And so once we defeated the creature with the help of Henry and Nog and Lucien, I decided to ask about his hand. He refused to show it to me. Um, so that's how we resolved where we are. He broke some magic seal on some item that I had noticed before, and apparently he is in service of Lord Archon, as well as being corrupted by chaos magic. Who knows what kind of dark creature he is?
I'm not to be I'm not throwing in the bandwagon with some of the dissenters in our midst right now, Luther. But if I'm keeping track,
Yes.
Your mentor died mysteriously. Correct.
Correct.
Then Magister Weiss betrayed us and tried to have you assassinated.
Yes.
Then Magister Aldebrand was a demon.
Also true.
Vindicated.
I will say this. My life has been hard. I've had bad luck. It's almost like some sort of cosmic joke. Some Sigmar himself does not, appreciate my presence here in this world. Perhaps he is threatened by me in some way. I don't know. But he always seems to try to hurt me in some way. My life has not been an easy one. Have I told you about my childhood girlfriend who was burned at the stake by my father?
This is, do we need to get into that, Luther? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes. You are bringing up. You are making it very abundantly clear that I am at the root of all this. Thank you, Nazaro.
I was not saying that you were the root. I'm just saying that we have had a strange time with magic and various things happening in recent events.
I will say this. Magic. The winds are derived from the chaos itself. That is known.
That is not known to all of us. This is
It
news
is.
to me.
The winds themselves are forces of chaos. But we are able to wield them and use them for good of the imperial of the empire.
This sounds like a dangerous bargain.
It is. But it's a necessary one. I have tried to use my magic to save my friends and companions and lead this party, this expedition as best I can.
Okay. If you very well, are we to? I must ask. This has been the worst job I've ever taken. At this point, I will be honest with you. I have no desire to see this forward, but I have
as
a
Lucian
feeling.
stated, we've come so far.
I have a feeling. Do you know what will happen if the Eyes of Change reach the destination first?
I assume nothing good. I do not know exactly. I know it is a powerful magical artifact that we seek. And if they were to have it, it would be disastrous.
Then we must press forward.
We must. And I assume Lord Archon would use it for no good himself.
I do not trust this undead creature you speak of any more than I'm sure any of you do.
Let us move the expedition away from this corruption. The flames here have changed this area.
Yes, I think that wall has an eye. He points over. There's literally like one of the bricks has just become an eyeball at this point. And it's blinking and staring at all of you.
Before we do any kind of moving, have we located the body of Magister Weiss?
Who are you asking?
Is anyone in here? Everyone, the group.
At this, Henry, one of your knights, one of the squires actually comes up. Sir, I am sorry to report this, but I don't know who you're going to be able to recover from this event, as it appears that the ogres have been quite foolhardy in their scavenging of all the remains, and unless we plan on interrupting the meal, I don't think we will be recovering any corpses, sir.
I don't recommend interrupting them while they eat. Even I would have a hard time kind of, encouraging them to take it easy on that right now.
If somebody would like to take a perception test at the buffet, maybe they can find some remains.
Oh yes, let's see your guys' perception test.
No.
Can't wait to see this test here.
Not the.
Oh no.
Not the shade.
I'll roll it.
Do it.
90. It's
Oh,
not good.
oh, it's
Not good.
It's not good.
Oh, is that not a pass for you though? Oh,
Oh, Luther, as you kind of peek your head in,
Uh-huh.
you get a little queasy. You're like, "Ugh," as you watch all the man-eaters are just ravaging these bodies.
Oh, that's
Torn bits of clothing.
the smell.
Nog, are you partaking as well?
In the big feast, yeah, I'd probably be in there. Camaraderie. and all.
Nog's moseyed up at this point, Luther.
Oh, he
And
sees
wait,
as-
Luther walk in.
are the ogres eating the humans that were turned into Zechian
Yes,
demons?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and
Um,
as Nog sees Mr. Luthor come in, of course he's going to offer him some of the bounty and the buffet as he holds up an actual human leg in the air and says, "Oh, Mr. Luthor."
Rory pats you on the shoulder. Sir, come now, Master Nog. That's not nice. Now you know he can't eat that, sir.
Oh, sorry, Rory. Caught in the moment, I am.
Appreciate the gesture, Nog.
Just enjoy your snack, sir. As you watch as Nog pops a full-size head in his mouth. It does have red hair, and he immediately crunches it and swallows it. And the mysterious body. I don't know if we're ever gonna know whose it was.
All right. Well, never mind. Let's
I just incidentally ate what we were looking for.
Yes, you did, Nog.
That's amazing. It's amazing. That's me.
Fun fact.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Fun fact, Nog.
Yeah.
I think that you've forgotten. It happened so long ago.
Yeah.
When you consume a creature, you can, if you wish, you can tap into its memories.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I ate his head.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do
Also,
that.
don't forget you have that bag for your.
I do. I have
ingredients.
the Bergman's bag. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can use some of the dead whatsits to
Yes, indeed.
make some cool stuff. Yeah.
So
All right,
Nog,
let's-
you get flashes of the last known moments of what looks like a suddenly you're transported who knows where through memory to what looks like a cobbled street inside of a city somewhere. And you see what looks like a younger man. You kind of see like a bit of like broken glass nearby, and one of these nearby alleys kind of sheds a reflection of a much younger man. It's hard to distinguish complete facial features, Nog, but you think it kind of looks like Aldebrand. A little bit. But much younger than the man that you knew. And you see he has in his hand what looks like some kind of strange stone. And as he's looking at it, he moves it, and suddenly something nicks his hand. It jostles. The stone cuts him. And he inhales deeply as he begins to bleed. His hand closes. And you watch as the skin begins to turn blue. And then there's nothing. And those were
Just
the
fades
last
out.
moments of Aldebrand. Well before he was a magister.
Oh.
Possibly as a young man, even. He has not been with us for quite some time.
Bastard.
He's been consumed
In a way.
by the evils.
He may have
yeah.
been a meat suit for centuries. Or not centuries,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
decades.
Lovely. That's lovely. I will relay that to Mr. Luthor as best I might be able to. Not quite the most effusive with language, but I try to get the point across.
Thank you, Nog. Your abilities still astound me.
And myself as well.
Yeah. No, it's just like he zoned out for a minute, like
Yeah, no, I have no control over it. It just
yeah.
happens, and I just
He's
start.
just like for like 5 minutes. Don't worry about this, sir. He does this all the time, Master Luther. It's been happening quite a bit recently. It only happens when he eats most of the Umi corpses, though.
Yeah,
You should have seen him when he ate with that worm that one time, though. That was right disturbing. But he'll be right as rain soon enough, sir. Right as rain. Nog comes out of it and regurgitates information like, just starts speaking. Yeah.
The secrets of the universe,
Yes, exactly.
Yep,
And then afterwards,
I can't ever remember.
And then afterwards, he's like, oh,
Yep.
back to his normal self. Yeah.
Right back to munching.
Rips ass,
Savant. Yeah, just a savant.
Yeah. Much better now.
And then here's your phone.
So, as that happens, we are packing up, yes? Or are we staying the night? We're packing up. Okay.
Yeah.
Camp begins to pack. Yes, Luther.
My chest hurts.
It does. You cannot recover wounds, Luther.
I know. Question.
Mm-hmm.
I've been around Lucian and his mystical amulet.
You have.
Does it help me?
It is not a disease.
Well, I didn't know. This guy's light magic.
I know. It's
I
fair.
don't know the way things work. I'm just asking.
It's not a disease.
Okay.
That does not affect it.
I'm asking.
This is magic of some kind, Luther. You feel like your, not just your body, but like your soul has been inflicted with something. One might call it a curse. You have been cursed, Luther.
Give us a curse.
Damn it.
Maybe the priest could help.
I know.
Yeah, the priest, he likes you so much.
I know.
It's not like Wolfram turned them all against you.
I know. Well, I don't think I can remove a curse. No. Yeah. I guess we're moving. I will try to ask the priest. I don't think it's gonna go well, but I gotta take a shot.
Okay.
Why don't you try to boil his blood to make him talk, buddy? Like you tried to boil mine.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I feel a little bad about it. I wouldn't
Wolfram?
do it again.
No speaking right now.
Just-
How dare you?
Sorry.
You get your chance.
After I killed priest and everything.
Get your chance.
Just threaten him.
I know.
So, Luther. So, packing up for the night. Everybody's getting their stuff together. Your apprentices, of course, are just so extremely worried about you, Luther. They come, begin to pack all of your things. Everybody's in a bunch of ways. Regardless, though, as
drinking my tea, sitting in front of my fire, as well as like servants pack up, Is it me? Am I the problem? Is there something wrong with me? Because everyone in my life apparently either dies, hates me, or tries to betray me in some way. It's not me, is it? Is it talking to my prejudices?
Do you look at one of them in particular, or
I was asking generally, just the two of them.
um, the more obviously hung-over man?
Mhm.
Of course not, sir.
Is it Berta or Thilo?
This would be Thilo.
Okay.
Obviously, sir, this is you. No, sir, no. That is enough from you, Magister Luther. You are of the utmost when it comes to the uh, the chivalry that is requested of this fine expedition. You are an embodiment of perseverance and strength. You are everything we strive to be.
Thank you.
No
Berta.
one can cast shade upon you.
Thank you, Berta. It warms my heart to hear such compliments.
Yes, this is why Thilo should perform my duties of collecting coal and his own in recompense for his distrust of you. Thilo looks at her like, what? I didn't know
Thilo,
this thing.
You did it. To be honest, Thilo. I'm in a vulnerable position right now. I felt like your heart wasn't in it.
It was in it, sir. It was in it. I'll do anything you wish.
Thilo, Berta, I was an excellent suggestion for punishment. I'm just too sullen right now to relinquish or to show any sort of aggression. Just please pack my things. We must make a journey. I must try to have some sort of dialogue with this priest. I'm sure Mr. Freak will love to try to mend me of my spiritual wounds.
Do you wish me to fetch him, sir?
I will go to the man.
Perhaps I could help you with your wounds, sir.
What do you mean?
Perhaps the flame could cleanse it from you.
Oh. Do you think you understand the winds of Akshi?
Not as you do, sir. Not as you.
Uh-huh. How would
find
you
you attractive?
How would you cleanse this blight upon my soul?
We would first have to remove your robes. And
Of
then
course.
we would take the coal that Thilo will be gathering for us.
Uh-huh.
And you will bless it with your divine spirit, the true flame. And then I will press it into your flesh until you are cleansed.
Interesting. I think I'll start with Priest Freak first.
Of course, sir. Of course,
yes.
sir. I will begin to gather your things.
Uh-huh. You're very interesting, Berta. Very interesting indeed.
As she turns, you feel a sensation, Luther.
Oh.
A sensation?
Yes, you feel a
Where?
sensation. Across your back, specifically in your ear. Don't you ever talk to her again.
That's a little excessive.
I'll rip the skin from her bones.
Now is not the time. Do we talk like just in our heads to each other, or is it just like?
No one else can hear her as far as you know.
Yeah. Can she hear my thoughts?
Not that you know of.
Not
No.
that I know of. Okay. Well, if I'm alone, I'm walking towards the priest.
Mm-hmm.
My dear, we have not had a dialogue as of late about your presence. You have helped me along the way. You are who I think you are. It saddens me that fate has tied you to me.
You feel the shade. Together forever. Then its presence diminishes.
We will have a conversation again at a later date. And I'm making my way to Imric Freak.
As the war priest is gathering his things, you come to his tent. Open the flap. See him within. You see him gathering his things, packing his bags or bag. He turns, still fully armored, with his warhammer. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Good priest Freak, I've been wounded by our last encounter with the dark being known as Arkham. It appears to be not just a mere wound of the flesh, but also a wound of my soul. I believe I am cursed in some way.
It wouldn't be the only curse you bear, would it?
If you're referring to my magical abilities, we view them differently. But this is a different curse. I came here seeking your aid. I know you may not give it, but I have nowhere else to go.
I fear, Magister, that I've grown lax in my time away from the Empire. You see, when I was moved here, your college barely functioned. We still burned your kind in the streets. And I tried to move forward. And yet again, more and more magic, sorcery, threatens to undo this world itself. But you come to me, seeking aid. What would Sigmar do? Would he cleanse the heretic?
Am I a heretic in your eyes? In Sigmar's eyes? I fight for the Empire. I've been a loyal subject of the Empire my entire life.
If you would kneel and show me the wound.
I will take a knee, show my chest. Ah.
You see him take his hammer. Your
Give him my
defenseless
chest.
state.
Well, all I can do is have faith.
As he begins to raise it, he steadies and reaches a hand out. You feel a divine presence press onto you, Luther. You see some kind of sorcery, but not sorcery, moving through this man. And you feel the wound slowly begin to recede. Freak has to stop. Just, I'm afraid that's all I can do for today.
I think
This will not be something that will be removed easily.
I think you appreciate your efforts. Priest Freak. And I will.
You can regain 3 wounds with her,
Thank you.
but cannot regain more than that right now.
Okay.
As the camp is made, we watch as almost like a younger man is kind of parked outside the tent, looking in on Luther and our war priest. He stops and turns, and as he does, you see a flash. Well, we, as the audience, see a flash as his eyes shift to almost a red color and then back to their normal. As he moves away, we shift our focus to Wolfram Kistler, kneeling in the sand, panting, hurt. The skeletal hand does not pick you up, Wolfram. It walks past, glides past you.
Are we still on this transport entity, or are we already to our destination?
You're somewhere else, Wolfram.
Okay. I'm just hesitantly following behind him.
You go to stand up, Wolfram, and you see that the short but austere vampire Bragadine, Lord Beno, stands before you with a little bit of a smirk on his face. I knew you'd fuck this up.
Lord Bernal, you don't know what happened. I did the best I could. How could I know Luther would act so reprehensibly?
Don't forget, bro, Lord Bernard's French.
That is true. I knew you would fuck this up.
Better. Good old Bragadine.
Now is my chance. If you are not a good dog, I have permission to eat you. Body and soul.
Or you can try, but I think it'd be wiser to assist me so that we may both profit.
You You dare speak to me? You are beneath me, worm! Nothing!
How can I be beneath you when I look down upon you?
As he begins to draw his blade, Arkin puts his hand out. Enough of this! This is... Snaps his fingers. And a robed figure approaches. You recognize the hunchback necromancer that you've met before, Wolfram.
Yes, sir. I gave the gift as you asked. They were very well distracted. We have them in our midst. We have eyes, not as diligent or as forthright as your previous servant, but they will do for now. They will keep us connected. Good. Now, let us follow and see what is to be done.
And that is where we will take our first break.